Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be looking at this VOD review that I did on Havana. It's for this team that I've been coaching. It's a tournament grand finals match, so the pressure was on and they just missed out on the win. They were quite close. It's from a 4K tournament and some of their academy players are watching too. So thank you in advance for watching. Any questions, socials are in the description. Enjoy the video. Alright, so y'all are close holding. That's fine. That's one of the definite strategies that's like really common here. Obviously the idea behind close holding is that you can get almost 3 fights on defense, right? So you can get one fight here just stalling on cart, forcing their ults. Then you can get one fight like here, just around this corner on respawns. You all contest here again. And then once if they push you again, then you can like do a late recontest here, like a messy one that you can just like manage to touch. So that's like the benefit of doing a close hold with Brawl instead of doing like a double shield, playing high ground and split main and that sort of thing. So that's like a pretty decent plan. You're gonna you're not playing with a Mei though, which is sort of rare because like spawn holds will always have like a Mei and then they'll swap their Kree for something else instead. They'll swap Kree for like the Echo or whatever. But I don't mind the Echo. But you don't have a Mei to wall off one of these doors and make sure you can punish someone. So you don't have like a guaranteed like neutral kill method without like a flashbang or something, right?
Yeah, our idea was here. Okay, so it's a spawn hold, and we were gonna run Farah because I think Farah does more on here when you play on the roof. But they had a good echo, so
You
we
wanted
said
to
like,
mirror
okay,
that because Echo is really strong into Farah.
yeah. And I think one issue here are rotations, like i- are going to be slow because we don't have a Lucio.
Yeah.
And it's like a brawl with Fire Mercy basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like a weird split. I will say your team is already starting very split, so you're not really helping yourself out. So Ryan is here, Diva here, Kree and Bap, and then your Echo Mercy's doing Echo Mercy things, that's fine. But ideally you all want to play stacked like around here. And then if you had a Mei instead of Kree, then you could wait for someone to either peek here or to peek here, and then you wall either side and then punish whoever peeks first. And then you're already in a 6v5, which it gives you advantage, right? See how it plays. Just as there, you're taking a bit of spam, you're worried from both sides. That's a nice, just keeping them in the spawn door, but you've let them walk out right side, so the Ashe is getting value now. That's a really bad shield from Orisa there, but it's not really punishable. You're just stalling a cart trying to farm ults. You lose the Echo duel probably because it was Echo Mercy versus Echo Mercy Diva Ashe, which is sort of to be expected. But your core sort of loses without having Diva in it. So it was still you were still playing properly with the comp you had. It was just like expected that they would eventually win that duel because of like respawn advantage and everything. You leave cart, which is not very optimal. Ideally, you just ignore Orisa. So what you want to do is you just ignore them and hide behind cart, and then play cart and swing on the Diva and shoot them. So maybe you don't want to push into their spawn door when you don't have cart contest directly. Bab gets picked, so you just want to down cart now. You shouldn't be running away at all, Diva. That's really bad. Because they'll spam you out anyway. But it wasn't a bad first hold. I think the comp just didn't quite suit it. Ash peeking, that's fine. Diva holds you. You're on Widow now with double shield, right? Oh no, with Orisa Diva, because you didn't
we were
die.
gonna run double shield, but we had
But
some
Diva ran away.
miscommunication
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's always like, especially if you're planning on a swap, that's why you just down cart, because then you get like a free swap. You don't have to walk back into spawn to get it, right? Taking a little too much spam on the entry, but it's not awful. But they window, so you just want to wait that out. That's like super micro, but you need to like fortify either before the pull even starts or after it's done. Because you see what happened there, you fortified mid pull, and then you
Yeah,
flew.
that's valid.
Yeah, it's one of these things that you never like really see it until you see it. So you don't even bother think about it, but yeah, that happened, and then you were forced to use lamp and stuff. That bob is really bad from them, actually. I don't know if it was on purpose, but the ideal bob is here, so I reckon it just like clipped the corner or something. But you want a bob here, because then you can shoot here, here, here. It's really strong. Or like they would want to do that. You're just down on cart again. I would say it's still better for your team to down cart like your DPS and stuff. Widow can get out, that's fine. But Ash got staggered a little there. And you won't recontest that, no shot. Gonna play top right. That's a really nice pick. They're gonna res it, right? But you're close enough that I think you can actually like stop that res with like a pull and like damage. So hopefully you guys do that. I would say they're playing wrong. So their Orisa BAP is on cart. That's really bad. What you want to happen is Diva should be on cart, and Orisa should be walking up these stairs right now to help like the actual fight. But you guys are doing the right rotations and all that. Sigma should be closer to your team, but it's not bad. Because Sigma can play with an off-angle DPS, is just not alive right now to play with him. You're just spamming, breaking that shield. That's a nice try at pull. But now they're gonna force cart, so you guys need to try and pull rock and get some value there. That's a really nice bob, and the sights is good timing. The bob is just nice to contest cart. I would say it might be better to put it like behind the cart even more so they can't shoot it, right? Because it's shooting them, they can shoot it back, and they'll burn through it on spam because they have like a Sigma shield and damage. So it might be better to put it in a place where it's only touching cart and not even dealing damage. That should not have happened, because when you hear Diva Bomb, Sigma can drop his shield and still shield it. So Sigma should not have had to drop, and then Ash shouldn't like be in a position to die because they'll have Sigma shield. That's just bad from your Sigma. That's not great. And that res was out in the middle of nowhere, so you have to use a lot of cooldowns to get them out. I might just want to rewatch that from your BAP POV. I do see why that's happened, because you were aiming at the Mercy to heal the Mercy. Your lamp position was off, but yeah, you should have just lamped to cover both of you ideally, and Mercy flew out anyway. So but now you're just sort of like staggering yourself out. Mercy can't really, or shouldn't be able to get out there. Does Mercy die? Yeah, Mercy dies as well, so that's a really bad stagger, and now you can't really reliably touch here again. So you didn't really take a fight. They took a fight on you, which is just like not great. And now you can't really get a solid touch or a hold on second point. And normally you want at least one fight won on like second point. Just like force them to use ults and stuff. They're gonna push through and get a touch. Match window. That window is deceptively shit, I think, in my opinion. Because, like, you do it, but the sightline from this window is not great. It covers cart, but they don't have to push cart. You guys just have to defend it. So that window implies that they're gonna play poke and just wait you out and then push cart, because they still have like so many ultimates, right? They have Bongo and Bob. Bob can push cart, and your only use for the window is killing Bob. And Diva's gonna flank you here and spam you down. Mercy can damage boost the Ashe, and the Ashe can dynamite in the window, and there's like so many different factors against you. So ideally you want to drop through the window, play like on cart, I guess. That's sort of weak. You wanna kill that Orisa, and then you wanna turn around and window main and just shoot them like that. Ideally. Because you have an ultimate disadvantage and you're waiting on Mongo. Yeah, so Sigma is on cart, that's the ideal. You shouldn't be up there, Orisa. You should drop like way earlier. Yeah, now you drop. But you don't kill the baby. Yes, good. You shouldn't kill the baby in tournaments. You should only kill it. He's running. That's a nice pull as well. That's good. But you want to set up here again, and then you want Sigma off angling, yeah, with a Widow. So Sigma should already have his shield up. It's ready for Widow. Or Ashe. You can swap between Widow and Ashe there. That's a really nice pick. They're rezzing it, but they don't have res now. That's a really nice pull rock. That was really good. You Widow sights. Ideally, you pull the BAP again. Yeah. So now you're playing really solid. I don't really understand how you managed to get like a hold on the point, but you got it. The Ashe is stuck under this, so you should... Yeah, that's really good that they used Bob. You just don't even want to peek it, you want to shield up now. They've Mercy ulted. You can mirror Mercy ults in general, I think. So once they've walked out for like another couple seconds, you should Mercy ult. Right? They're walking bottom left. One thing I do want to see... Widow, your mine is up, but you're playing window. That's a really weak angle. You shouldn't really be here. Because you're not really effective until they get in a good position. So you can play here and still like shoot them, and then you can grapple up to boiler and shoot them again, or you can grapple here and shoot them. But this window is a really weak angle for you. Also your Widow mine should be down here instead of up there for like reference. That's just like a future reference. We're just playing around here. Baptiste should not be on boiler. That's really weird. Like, that's really weak. Because you can get picked by like an Ashe there. But you're just stalling them out, that's good. You're playing properly. You get another really nice kill. They have res for it, but it's still not a big deal. Sigma is a little close range, but he's backing off, that's the right move. It's an okay Bob. I don't mind it. They bongo, but that's a really bad bongo from them, right? I'm sure, like, I'm just making sure you guys understand why this is an awful bongo. But it only, like, once your sightline of it gets cut off, you're no longer damage boosted once you walk out with a choke. So that's like a really bad bongo. You want to use it where it has sightline of all of your teammates and where you're planning to push. So you guys, as long as you guys don't bongo like that, then, you know, your bongo was strong because it hit 4 people. Sigma ult, that's strong. They probably used lamp for that. Yeah, maybe. Gonna double check. No, they didn't. They just tanked it. But a lot of the time that'll force lamp.
What is that lamp? Where's that lamp on the roof?
Yeah, it's stuck on the lamp. That's unlucky. I assume you were aiming for it to just get like here or something so they couldn't shoot it. But Orisa, you are playing really close range, which I don't really like, because you rotated to match them. I can tell why you did it, because you were here and you wanted to match them and keep them like outside of the space. You wanted to control space, but it's so much stronger just to stay here or to long rotate to this angle. But because you played close, then you got forced to drop, and now you're in a weak angle where you have to rotate this long in a really weak spot. So
Mind going back a bit and actually show how the Sigma died? Since
Sig-
that was just dumb what they did.
oh, well, our Sigma, if
Yeah, our Sigma. Like, sure, you can flux that, except that there is no one to follow up on your flux. And you also go way too close in range so that the bongo still has effect on the people around it, and
yeah,
they can still kill you.
you
Since
are
bongo
totally
does not
right.
take damage. It's just suicide.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. The Sigma, after he gets the good angle for the, I think the flux is really good because ideally you have someone else shooting into that angle that it forces lamp, and then once you force lamp, you're still just playing here and spamming in. You don't. Yeah, I totally agree. You shouldn't play that close, especially against their comp, and because they'll have bongo advantage on you. I totally agree in there. You're right, I didn't even notice that. It was one of the things that I wasn't. Yeah, I was trying to look at the Arista position and why they dropped.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I wrote down for this.
Yeah. Right now you're really in a not ideal spot, right? So you never want to be moving as double shield like during the fight. You want to be like in your position, poking them down, forcing them to rotate around you. So again, because you played close and then you had to drop, you lost all positional advantage. When if you play here and you still play here, then you can rotate back and spam them out this way, and then you're in a much stronger position. I don't know about that window. I'm not sure if I like it. It works, but I think it was a bit of a Hail Mary, right? Maybe the tournament was flowing in you. You know, you felt, hey, we can win this match in the
That was a
tournament.
bit creative.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
But
not okay though.
Nah, the enemy threw, that's it.
the hold wasn't bad though. Unlucky that you got stuck with Diva and then that one Sigma throw.
I mean, the hold was good, but the attack, the attack is so
Oh,
frustrating.
I guess we'll see the attack.
You might as well just, skip the first point if you want. It's just we just push through. Like, I think nothing special happens.
I'll watch it just in case something like pops out to me that's like really serious that they didn't punish or something. I don't care about Widow rules. What I do care about is how awful this position from them is, right? So I have like a really nice like reference for like how to do, because I was studying this map like a couple weeks ago, and this is completely reverse of how it should be. What you want is Orisa on low ground here. And Orisa's only poking here at the start and then backs off to here with this shield, right? Sigma plays up here and then drops to control this angle when they're pressured out, which is like never. But in the case that they are, then they drop down and pressure that. The supports here to start is fine, but then ideally you get into a setup once they've pushed cart to like this area, then yeah, to there, then you have your supports on either side. So you have Orisa here, you have Sig here, Hanzo. Have you got Hanzo? Yeah, they have a Hanzo. Hanzo can play around here or around here, or like back here. I don't know why I didn't know. Hanzo here, and then you play like Bap here and Zen there. So you play around this area, and that's your like ideal double shield setup. So once you get forced off high ground, you know. But Sigma should never start low, and Orisa should never start high unless you like drop into contest point. So they're playing really bad here. It's also not smart to take a Widow duel against a Widow who has shield. The Widow's done by even like humoring this angle at all. Widow just stays behind shield and wins every duel, or like can't lose. It's like a KSI draw, you know? You're stuck in here, but yeah, you just force cart until you can't. One nice thing you can do is Orisa pulls through this shield to like end up right where my body is here, and Ash dynamites through this window because the shield won't block it. Then you set off the dynamite here and you get all the value. So you don't have to like hope that their shield isn't up for the dynamite. But now they're in super suboptimal. Their entire situation is fucked because they're playing this side. So you can push cart through, and then you get like cover from their position because their wrist is not playing this side of it, spamming there. You've given, or they've lost their entire position off of playing it wrong at the start. That's a really nice pull. It's unlucky that you didn't get like a random Ash headshot or something there. Sigma could die if you break that shield. Nice. The Orisa, they have to use lamp for Orisa, and they're still not contesting cart. That window could be further forward, like here. But in general, you guys are just stomping them at this point because they played wrong.
No, I think that window is unnecessary here, to be honest.
Oh, I think window, yeah, completely is unnecessary, but I don't mind it for like the vibe. You know, the tournament vibe is like, let's just own them. Because if you get another pick there, they're like in a 3v6 instead of like a 4v6 regroup. Widow there is fine. Ash ideally doesn't play the same angle as Widow. So what you guys accidentally have going on is that Ash and Widow are both shooting through the same like 1 pixel. So it doesn't matter that you're like slightly above, slightly below. Ideally, your Ash can go here with Orisa, or Widow can go here with Orisa, and Ash can play with Sigma. But you guys aren't actually contesting that much space with your DPS. I want to know how you lost this, you know, you have such an advantage. Your Orisa is like 1 HP and discorded. And your Widow sights mirror, so I assume Widow just gets like some picks here. Yeah, Widow from that angle is actually really strong for them. Ideally she pushes up to here, but...
This is my bad. I pushed out way too far.
What character were you, sorry? Orisa?
Orisa, yeah.
Yeah,
I pushed out way too far.
yeah, I think this high ground is like super overrated for like attackers. You know, unless you've already lost going top left, you can't really go wrong by doing this, and then sending like, I don't know, like someone can push cart, and then once it reaches here, you can actually just bob down this long sight line and push cart. But like top left is so strong with like double shield mirror that I don't think you need to like even take right side. Especially because yeah. But you're just dueling, that's fine. You might lose it, I don't know. But now because they've been able to set up, they'll control this high ground and you won't be able to take it for free. Or they should. You guys are just regrouping. I'll look at the ultimates a wee bit. So you guys are blue team, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're coming up on Grasp and Bongo, and in reality, 40% to BAP is in like 20 seconds. So sort of like half you're coming up on that. So you'll want to take a really long fight. You'll want to trade their Sigma ult for your lamp, if you can at all like possibly do that. Just like so that they don't have like Sigma advantage over you. I assume they're probably planning around getting Bongo and then like Sigma ulting. That's a nice try. You guys don't shoot Sigma shield enough. Not like in general, their Sigma shield is like never cracked, or like it's only like half cracked. It's not really deep cracked. I noticed that quite a lot. But now you're not pushing cart, so this entire fight is not good. Okay, Widow's pushing cart. I think that is optimal with this comp. Widow, you don't want to even take that duel, you just want to hide behind cart. Now you're playing on boiler, Sigma on cart. I'm very surprised that they decide not to rock you. They use lamp, and you window here. This window is really good. I really like this one. But you're only got one on cart, so Widow should still be pushing cart here. And I think you guys win if you just push cart. And the Bob here is really strong too, takes out Sigma, right? Or it could have. But yeah, you've just not cared about cart until you've already lost the fight, I guess.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, and then they get a retake because you guys just didn't push cart early. Like, I think you guys thought, oh, we have like 4 minutes, we can just win the fight, then push cart. But if you're always pushing cart in a double shield mirror, then they have to move to stop you. And since moving is inherently bad in double shield during a fight, you guys win via like poke advantage. So Widow doesn't need to be up here. Widow could have been pushing cart like 3 minutes ago. And then, yeah, you guys just lose, I assume. Your supports can't get out from that reliably. Widow should shoot that back, or not. Another on ball Sigma, so they're gonna have a really good advantage comp just on this point. Because they still have a shield and they can hit your backline. Your backline is not good at absorbing with a Mercy BAP.
Would it be better to switch off the Sig and go like a diva or something then?
A
Or, like, switch the comp
diva,
completely.
I think in their comp, against like Ball Sigma on second point Havana, you guys can play Brawl because their comp is weak against Brawl, right? They're on double sniper and Ball Sigma, so you guys can just run Brawl, push through this high gun, kill Sigma. You know, if you play Mei, then you just wall him right here and he's dead. There's literally zero they can do other than Lamp, and you kill Lamp with like 2 round swings. So, you guys can play Brawl here if you're being held, especially with 2 minutes left. These Sigma ult. You know, he survives for so long because you guys don't have like tools to cut off his healers. If you guys can cut off his BAP and his healing, then he doesn't win at all. Your Widow gets pounced on, but that's because Widow is going to get pounced on versus the ball. So that's like always gonna happen. It's just better to play in a stack versus ball comp, because that's when ball comp is weak. You guys are coming up on window though, so window can let you win a poke battle if you can get to take it without a ball hitting you. The Widow playing Boiler, that's like a risky angle, but you should always be pre-aiming that anyway. But yeah, you guys go Ball Diva into Ball Sigma. I don't mind it. You could have swapped off Ashe and taken Sombra. Because Bob, while Bob is a nice win condition in these times where you want to push Cart, Cart is actually 2 corners away because of like where you capped and or like where you stopped them and where the Cart is. So because it's 2 corners, it might be stronger just to take Sombra and try and win by hitting their Widow or their Sigma. But Tracer can push Cart or can pinch with there. You guys are just hiding. And your core walks main, so this should be really free. If you just take space. The Bob's nice, you just need to go in. Like, go in. Like, keep going in. Like, your ball should not be that late to that engage.
So yeah, I wanted to go get the health pack for that one, but
Yeah, I might just double check on where you were. Just like 20.
I might not be this fight. I'm not sure.
F1, well, it's the last fight, so I'd assume so. Yeah, you're just waiting in here, that's fine. But then as soon as you realize that your backline is walking in, yeah, so you were already low, right?
Yeah.
I
So,
think that peak was unnecessary there, that you took so much damage for no reason.
yeah, you're 300 HP here. So if you don't fight the ball, and you get Widow body shots and like 2 Zen orbs hit you, so you're fucked. But with 300 HP, which is what you go in for the engage anyway, if you just go in right now through this angle with your tracer, and then slam here, they are so fucked. Like, if a combination of your team going in, and you guys pinching and sandwiching from behind, you guys win this like every single time. Like, that Zen is 1 HP. Look how low he is before that trans. So there's a world in which one Diva Tickle or one ball or one anything kills that Zen. And then they get to do everything, and because you guys don't have ults, you guys lose the fight because you can't win a long fight. But there was so many opportunities for you guys to just win that, which is really a shame. You guys,
Stuff it is still.
yeah. The stall looks quite long. You guys still have like a minute left in the replay, but I assume it's just hopeless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just...
I can just let it play out, but we can talk here. So I think yeah, you guys could have easily won that like so many times by just playing around your win condition, right? So when you won double shield, if you push cart, you would have won way earlier. You could have swapped to brawl and played like that. But even with the comp that you did pick, you guys had advantage into the Widow, and because they had Widow, then you could pinch on her.
I think the ideal comp here will be like Bolt Tracers, Sombra, and a Diva Brick Zen.
Yeah, like
That will
just
be the
not
most ideal
Ashe.
comp.
But you guys played Ashe because you had Bob. But I think you
Yeah,
guys played Bob because you thought that you could push cart with it. But the cart was 2 corners away, so you're never gonna get that much value out of Bob.
yeah. I think like the Bob is the strongest, if not the most strongest, like strongest DPS ult in the game, in my opinion. And when I'm like 90% on Bob, I just didn't want to swap because it's just it just solo wins like fights sometimes. You just put Bob into an
It
enemy
would be
team.
strong if you still had the Orisa and the Beb. Otherwise, it isn't.
Bob on its own is very killable, especially when they're on Sigma, right? Because Sigma shield plus like damage will just kill a Bob, because Bob will kill like 1.5 Sigma shields during the entire duration, I think. Like on its own.
Let's just imagine that you throw a fat Bastion into the enemy team. There's 6 of them there.
Yeah, no, I think you guys play Bastion in Baltra. No, I don't know. I think Bob is only strong because of what it's played in, what Ashe is played in. I think if you're not gonna call like EMP the strongest damage ult in the game, I don't know. I mean, all of these are strong. Barrage is strong. Copy is every single ult. Dragon is really nice at zoning. Tyre's not great. Torbjorn and Bob and Blizzard is really good. I feel like I wouldn't go that far that calling Ashe ult is like the strongest one. I think it's just strong in the compositions it run in. But yeah.
Right.
But yeah, you guys could have totally won that if you were just like on the ball. I think it would, I think yeah, you just took like one bad peak, which meant that like there was like a big butterfly of like events that just led to you losing. But you had opportunities to win that for sure. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Links are in the description. Feel free to interact. A like, a dislike, they're both the same. Comment and subscribe if you feel spicy. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.